Please tell us more about radiation hormesis, scientific evidences, and facts. Great question, and the best place to go is to the scientific literature, as given in this data up here. A link will be in the comments to the paper that I got this from. And this is from the atomic bomb survivor data. And so what we see here is if we look right here at the x-axis or the abscissa, the x-axis is dose in terms of weighted colon dose to the body. And then the y-axis or the ordinate is the excess relative risk. So all of this up here, this is excess relative risk. And you can see as doses get higher, the excess relative risk increases. Now, hormesis deals with what's happening way down here, these tiny little data points in here. In other words, things that are on the order of a milligray or tens of milligray or even 100 milligray. Doses down here, what we find is that if you're a rat, actually a little bit of radiation is good for you. If you're a rat and you get doses that are in this range, you actually decrease your cancer probability. Get my finger in there, get that, there we go. In doses in this range, it actually decreases. That's hormesis. A little bit is good for you. It's like medicine, right? A little bit's good for you, but too much becomes poison. And so we know that's true for rats, but you're not a rat, I'm not a rat. What happens to us? The problem is that you can't go around and irradiate people. This just comes from the atomic bomb survivor data. And what's happening down here where we know it's good for rats, we can't say what happens with us. But there are papers that point out that life was designed for higher radiation levels. For example, if the first cells existed back around 4 billion years ago, that form of life was designed for a much higher radiation level. It would have evolved to adapt to its environment. And we know that for us, just because we require potassium in our bodies to live, potassium is naturally radioactive. So in a very real sense, that amount of radiation just from your food, from potassium, is essential to life. But the dose that you get from natural potassium, that's small. That's something on the order of about a tenth of a milligray. That's just way down here, right next to the tenth of a milligray. You can't even see it on this graph. But you know that that's essential to life. And those are the kinds of doses that actually scare people. A tenth of a milligray, that's the EPA limit, the site boundary for nuclear facilities. And you can get up to 5/10 of a milligray just from internal potassium if you're a large muscular person. And so the point is what actually is happening at those tiny little itty bitty doses? Is it hormesis where a little bit is good for you, or is it linear? So like these lines up here, is it linear all the way down? Well, way down in that noisy area, nobody knows. All that we can say is we can extrapolate up higher, and maybe it's like rats and maybe it's not, but we actually don't know, and it remains to be seen. But whatever is taking place down there, whatever it is, the noise is too large for us to tell because natural variations are just too large when it comes to those lower doses that you see way over there. So I hope that helps. Thanks for asking the question. Hope you have a good day.